The Simgot ET142. Let's talk about it. This is a single planar 1PZT IEM from Simgot. Now, this is a $120 IEM, and the story of how I got this IEM is fairly long-winded, but let's keep it fairly simple. Essentially, I bought this on AV Exchange. The guy that got it at a meet up in the San Jose area, and I bought it. Now, when I bought it, it did not have all the nozzles. I'm actually borrowing two of the nozzles, the red and the black nozzles, from a fellow reviewer and friend, Audio Amigo Reviews, who has a channel, and he really likes this IEM. This IEM has been very divisive, and there's a lot to unpack about this IEM, but first, let's get into the build quality of this IEM. Okay, let's call it what it is. It's a fingerprint magnet, but it's all around a nice shell. I like metal shells. This shell works for me. I mean, it's not too big. It's not too small. It's a flat 2-pin cable connector. It doesn't seem like it has venting problems. Again, it's a fingerprint magnet, which is kind of problematic. And it does have nozzles that you can unscrew. And they're really not that hard. I mean, this whole practice of unscrewing nozzles, you don't need a special tool. And if you have the other nozzles readily, it takes like 2 seconds. The case is nice. You can fit a lot in this. Not super exciting, but here you go. The cable. I want to say it's the same cable used on this Simgot EM10. So it is a nice premium plush cable with right R for right and L for left connectors. It's a very plush and premium cable, but I don't absolutely love it, and I'll tell you why. It has a nice chin slider, Y split. It feels good on hand. It feels supple and comfortable on my skin. The problem I have with it is that this connector at the end does come out very readily. Like whenever I grab it, it just kind of pops out. Like the new ones, like on the Kiwi Astral and the Crane-Ears Meta, they have a little bit of a dip in them. And so I feel that adds additional pressure that pushes back on this as you pull it out of your amp. And it's also like the stem for it is really short. All right, so this sound observation is going to be challenging because there are 4 different tuning nozzles, of which 2 only came stock on my unit. The red nozzle, I don't know why I thought I would like the red nozzle, but I do not. It is gross. It just feels something wrong with the treble and air, and it feels dead inside. It's gross, evil, D tier. Like I would never ever touch that again. The black is fantastic. Now, the black is by far my favorite, and that's how we're going to be ranking this and talking about it moving forward. It still kind of lacks that treble magic and that planar love, but it's a solid, strong set. I feel that you can get this, maybe you can get it a little bit cheaper of a set for certain things, but it's all around a good, solid set. As we compare it to other things, like the gold nozzle is a super sparkly nozzle. It's really fancy. It doesn't quite have that vocal perfection. I like a dark tilt. I like something that doesn't have a ton of upper mids and a little bit more subdued planar treble. And like the gold is very much, to me in my ears, like the normal standard planar. The titanium nozzles, though, are nice. They're enjoyable. I enjoy them. I think they're worth it. It was worth it for me just to get it as a titanium nozzle, and it's all around pretty solid. There's something that does hit my eardrum a little bit gross, and it is not perfect, but I still dig the presentation and find it an acceptable, solid IEM. But to recap, my favorite one is by far the black nozzles, and it's not close. All right, here is the red versus the black nozzles on this. You can see not too much you can tell about it. Like for honestly, the red shouldn't matter, but the red felt dull, was the black felt a little bit more vibrant, and that's kind of what I wanted to point out. As we run the gambit and look at Simgot's other IEMs, like one of my favorite ones is their DSP, and it does get a strong recommendation. Like if you're looking at a DSP IEM for fairly cheap, the fit on the EW2 300 isn't great, but it is small and slight, and it does have a nice overall sonic quality and characteristics, and it gets a recommendation. As far as the EM10 goes, it is a fun V-shaped set. It's not something that I personally really like. I'm not a huge V. I like treble, but I don't like it at certain tonalities and at certain peaks. And like a lot of V-shaped sets will try to do that. Although the EM10 is a nice set and I enjoyed my time with it, it gets one of those kind of middling recommendations. And I think people that like it are going to absolutely love it. And it's a good set. A lot of people compared the Super Mix to the similar. And again, I like the ET142 quite a bit. And I think it's a solid piece. You know, the Super Mix had some problems in my unit, had some cable issues. But I for those people that the Super Mix 4 works for, it's a really strong set. People really, really like it, and it could be something really good for people. Like V-shapes were kind of all the crave last year, but it's just something that, like, while I appreciate V-shaped sets, they get fatiguing and tiring for me. And like the added excitement isn't always exactly what I want, but the Super Mix does a good job of being a good V-shaped set. Just maybe not something that's my favorite and something in my wheelhouse that I would want to ever listen to. The Simgot E, you know, the 500 LM is a good set that a lot of people really, really liked. Like, it's a nice overall tonality. It sounds good. It's a reasonable price, and it's something good. Like for me, the planar timbre, the extra sub bass, the extra warmth on the ET142 make it really dynamic and really pretty. And it to me, of all these Simgots, it is the best. Just wanted to give kind of quick hot takes of these. The EW200 is one of my favorite like benchmarks under $50 sets. It's a really good set and really clean. I think at this point I probably would get the EW300 if I needed a DSP, but at you know, whatever its price is currently, it's a pretty good bargain, all things considering. You know, and you'll notice like a lot of trends of like a lot of brightness in this 6K region, which if you notice how my target is, it hits at a lot of issues. So, but like the 142 does feel like it's subdued enough, but sparkly enough and interesting enough for me to have like a good contrasting flow to my music. And it really just, it hits the mark. It's a good set. It's something that I can recommend with the black nozzles. Personally, I like the Aether a little bit more. Now, I'm not sure why. Maybe it's a little bit less of this 2K region. Maybe it's because it has a little bit less bass and it allows other parts of the music to kind of appear. Sometimes, like mid bass is good, but sometimes too much sub bass can cause some problems, and that's a possible concern. But A-Bing it with the Aether, to me, I do feel that the Aether is the better value. It does have a larger shell size. It does have a different fit. It does have supposed to have kind of a wider, deeper, richer bass technology to it. It does have a little bit more 6K energy. So it's interesting. You know, sometimes we have crazy theories that do or don't make sense, but it all boils down to, does it work in your ear? Does that tonality work? And I feel with planars, they have a very finite realm of how they fit in your ear. They can be really, really good or really, really bad if you are sensitive to issues. And you could even say that about almost any IEM. But I think with planars, they can be extremely sizzly and a little bit much and too much for people. Another planar that I like is the RTT10 Pro. I really like this set. Again, it has more subdued upper mids, a little bit less bass, and just is all around kind of smooth and nice. It is also $100 cheaper. Now the ET1442 is a nice set, but whether it's the drivers and that extra PZT driver, which can cause some oddities, or just the extra sub bass, I'm not really sure. Whether it's this 1K peak that I'm not a huge fan of, There's some issues with the ET142, but it all around does get a recommendation at its price and for what it is. All right, the Simgot ET142, let's rank it up. Solid A, does a lot well, has good thumpy bass, decent mids, and nice sparkly highs. That's a hard combination to really pull off. It has now soundstage, good no weight, and nice imaging to it. It's not the perfect IM, it's not the cheapest IM, but it's a solid, all around good set that I think people are gonna like. Now, as we look at other stuff, I wanted to show you, I have gone and put all the Simgot IEMs on my ranking list in a little section. Here you can see I've ranked 8 Simgots, and you can check this out just by looking at the bottom under top IEMs by brand. You can kind of see maybe where my preferences go. I do think the Simgot EM10 and the Super Mix 4 both get a good recommendation. The rest of the Simgots, I think some people might like them a lot, and I think they are engaging for other people. And it just kind of depends on what you are kind of going for. But the ET142 is kind of my favorite Simgot at this moment that I've encountered. Now, as we look at price, you know, there's a lot of like the $220 price range is really competitive. You know, not only, you know, in this category, you have all the stuff that's in that 300 that might be on sale. You know, you have stuff like the Afu Performer 7, which is a strong choice. Like that's hands down my favorite set, like probably under 300 and I mean debatably maybe even under 1,000. I really dig that set, and it's one of my favorite sets overall. You know, you look at other stuff. If you want a V-shaped set, you also have the Estrella for just a little bit more, and I've seen that on sale a lot. The Odyssey is like this exact same price, an all-around really solid set that I would go over that as well. I mean, the Tension Origin's a really nice set that does a lot well. If you want a bassy set, the Dyna Quattro is a lot of fun. The $200 to $300 range really opens up a lot of great choices, not just good choices, but great choices. And it becomes a challenging place to say it in the market. I mean, as far as price to performance ratio, I'd maybe give it like a 4-star, solid price. If you can get it used, it's not a bad set to have by any means. The Simgot 142 ET, or whatever you want to call it. Solid all-around set, great build quality, shells are nice and pretty and metallic, and there's a lot of great things to love about this set. I feel that people that get this set are gonna like it because it has 4 different tuning nozzles for you to experience. I think it's strong, I think it's solid, I think it's likable, but I don't think it's the best set that you can get at the price if your preferences align to where mine are. There's other things that are out there that are also good, but does this set on its own stand as a quality set? Yeah. Does it have a really interesting proposition that those that find value in switching things out? And some of you would rather switch an IEM out, and you might be like me, and some of you would rather just have a one and done set. And I think that with the Simgot ET146, it reminds me a lot of tuning switches. Do the tuning switches add value to it? If it does, this is going to add extra value, and it's going to be worth its full price. If it doesn't, I don't know if this would be the best recommendation at its price, but it is a solid, beautiful set that I think kind of got hammered in a lot of reviews, and I think people should really consider it if they can get it on sale. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye. You're still here. It's over. Go home. Oh, you're expecting a teaser for our next video. Well, we don't have that kind of money. What are you expecting? One of those store reviewers to show up in a saucy little leather number? Go. Oh, I can tell you one thing. We are going to have a collab video. We have no idea what it's going to be. Probably Kryn, maybe Chris, or Joyce. Don't deny it. She's got range. Go. Get out of here. Go.
Go!
Go.
Go on with you!